So setting up all your sewing stations should be progressive. The sewing station is set up like we showed before, but also right above each station has a tutorial on what is happening at this station. Here we are taking the mask sandwiches and we are top stitching. We are actually stitching the edges together. We're using a chain stitch, which simply means making one long run. We do not clip these in between, so we'll stitch one edge and then stitch the other edge. So a runner will come by and simply snip these apart. These have only been stitched on one side, so I'm going to make a separate stack that she can finish the other side. After both sides are stitched together, the runner will also turn them right side out. Then they're ready for the next station. At this station, the fabrics have been turned right side out, and now they simply need to be top stitched. We're using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, which is the edge of the presser foot. Again, the runner can simply come and cut these apart. Then, when they are finished, they are placed in the bins, and they're ready for the pleating station. At the pleating station, the runner will simply take a top stitched piece and our handy pleating guide. Our templates are simply made with poster board for a level 1 or 2 and a piece of thicker chipboard. This is to help accommodate the heavy weight. So the mask is simply aligned at the bottom of the pleat guide. The fabrics are tucked inside each pleat, folded flat against the table, and held in place on each side using a binder clip. The binder clip is faster than pins and also keeps from adding additional pin points in the fabric. We have little tabs of Olifun to indicate a level 3 mask. They're simply placed in line in one of the pleats and held with the binder clip. This is so that, 1, we know that there's a filter inside, and 2, it's used as a visual filter help. When the tab has deteriorated, the filter inside has also deteriorated, and it's time for a new mask. After those are pleated, they go into the bin. When the bin is full, they move on to the next step. The next stage is binding the edges of the pleats. At this stage, they come already with the binder clips on them. The seamstress simply removes the binder clip, feeds it in gently, and this is what the manicure stick is, the orange stick. It's to help push those underneath the presser foot. It is very important to add a little bit of pressure holding the pleats in place so that they do not spread as they are sewn. When both edges are completely bound, they are placed in the bin and moved to the next station. So now we're at the flange stage. At this stage, the bound masks are being flanged. We take the fabric, right side of the flange to the right side of the mask. We fold back the top of the tab just slightly, start sewing, and before we reach the end, we make sure to flip up the bottom. These are lined up with the edge of the mask. When these are finished, they can simply be clipped apart and added to a bin. At this point, they move to the final station for processing. At the final stage, we're either going to be attaching our straps, which is nothing more than twill tape. Twill tape is the fabric that is 100% cotton, and this is used on ties for hospital gowns. Find the center of the strap, align it in the middle, fold the flange raw edge to raw edge, and fold over, and then it is simply zigzag stitched. We do back stitch at the front and end of every zigzag. What results is a finished edge. And now we'll show you how to attach elastic. To attach the elastic, we simply take the elastic, align it along the edge where we basted the top stitch, flip raw edge to raw edge, flip over, encasing the end, and then simple straight stitch, being mindful to back stitch over top of the elastic. Before you get to the end, make sure that the elastic is nice and straight. Insert it into the far end and simply stitch over and back stitch. Give a final tug on those to make sure they are caught well.